Oh, it's my. Welcome back to our channel. To
Don't have them popping up if you don't want me to.
Korbyn and Joann's faith journey. She's talking about my text messages. I don't know how else to not make them pop up.
If they pop up, I'm gonna see them. So have them not pop up and maybe go on your phone.
Okay. It's connected because it's iPhone. It's all connected.
I'm an Android.
So
just another difference.
Here's the outline for today. Well, I don't know. Y'all need to know, but this video is
brought to you.
Is what?
Brought to you.
Brought to you
by PBS.
We're not rocking with PBS. Although I did watch PBS Kids.
Dude,
but
PBS is legit. Okay, I'm sorry.
So we're gonna be well, we wrote down 3 questions. 2 we came up for ourselves, and then 1 is our together question. Excuse me. So you want to go first?
What's the question? I'm sorry.
Oh, what is one thing that brings you joy?
One thing that brings me joy, and I love that this question is repeated because I know the answer, because I answered it on the first version of this video when she was not filling the whole segment.
I had to throw that in there.
But now she's awake and she's choosing life. I don't know what she was choosing last time, but what was the question again? What brings me joy?
Yeah.
What brings me joy is all the people I've met along the way, from in the housekeeping industry to the people at the front desk to the managers of all the places that I've stayed who reach out back to me when I give their facilities great reviews. Just the people in general, from the waitresses to everybody that I've had a chance to sit down and talk to, who've shared their stories with me or I with them. People are interesting, and everybody has a story, and that would include you, getting to know you.
There's music in my head.
Amongst other things.
You know what? I'm saving some for you too.
Bring it. Bring the heat.
Okay, so I suppose I'm answering the same question. So, what brings Korbyn joy? It's been very interesting, as well as a joy, getting to know Joann.
That's not heat.
No, that wasn't meant to be heat.
Oh, yeah, great to get to know. That's true.
But I mean, other things, I do love people. I love being around people. I do love being around people. I love being around kids, the children, music and dancing, and acting, entertaining myself. These are things that really bring me joy.
Like doing push-ups in the kitchen while you thought I was asleep?
Yeah. Just be like random, because sometimes you gotta entertain yourself sometimes. I think everybody should learn how to entertain themselves.
And
the third. This, that, and the third. And if that includes doing push-ups in the kitchen when you think no one is looking.
At 12:30 at night.
Yeah. It was just something that I wanted to do.
Well, I was watching Univision.
I was watching a telenovela, but then I was like, I want to do a push-up.
What did you call your body? You need to exercise because it gets crunchy? Is that, you've used that word a couple of times.
Yeah, like when you don't stretch, after a while, and your body gets crunchy. It gets tight.
I call it stiff.
Well, you say tomato, I say potato.
And I'm going to tell you what you're not going to catch me doing is doing push-ups at 12:30 in the middle of the night.
You might.
In the bathroom.
You might surprise yourself.
Probably not. Probably not.
Or frolicking. She likes to frolic. So, what?
Just go. What's the second question?
Hold on, we're here. We're still here.
Is it gonna go black every time we go black?
Once you go black, never go back. No,
Ooh,
I'm just kidding.
that's the whole word.
Just, sorry, my computer just shut the screen off. It's a MacBook, but yeah. So number 2 is there anything that you regret moving here?
Honestly,
yeah.
Like we're supposed to lie or something. I was like, honestly. If there's anything I might regret, and I try not to regret things because, grace and just learn to show up different next time.
Mm-hmm.
It would be, my regret is this version of Joann, that I could have used this version in another season. Being perhaps more relatable, perhaps more transparent or vulnerable, but that didn't happen, so you just learn. But I wish I could take a piece of this version that was like birth through suffering, sacrifice, and everything. If I could just take a little bit of what you get and take that to a different season so they could have had that. I don't know if I regret it, but I would like to. Like if there was a genie in a bottle, I think I would use that phrase, because like I tell you, I'm all you get the Joann that talks, transparent wise. That's about it.
No, that's good.
Is it?
Yeah.
I thought so.
Now you ask me.
Ask you what?
The same question.
Well, can I have the questions right here? Number 3.
Number 2.
Is there anything you regret? If so, what is it?
What is it?
What is it?
I would say that, well, like you said, I don't like to regret anything and try not to regret anything in my lifetime. However, I know that I would not like to move to another city and state with no plan. Like literally, and it happened that way, like, for a reason, and there was lessons learned in seeing like how things are, like how people, because I know people have gone through things like this before, and it just has been not easy, whatsoever. It's been very much a struggle. You're completely starting over, and you have no plan, you have nothing in place, and and I'm not one usually planning. I'm very spontaneous, but this was a whole.
When you moved from West Virginia to Los Angeles, was that more formulated or calculated?
Well, when I moved from West Virginia. By the way, Virginia and West Virginia are 2 different states. I just want y'all to know, so it's not Virginia. Okay.
I didn't know you.
But when I moved to college, so I had something there.
Okay, there was sustainability in place.
Yeah. And I know I have family out there, but I was making my life out there, being in college and doing what I love to do.
So there wasn't a level of sleep deprivation?
None.
Not in your case, because the girl can sleep.
Now I can't. I have not slept as much as I've slept since I was like a teenager, and it really didn't start until I started until we came to Dallas, Texas. You know what?
You were probably emotionally taxed.
Yeah.
That you needed to tap out and take a nap.
Be hitting the body y'all differently.
It does, because we're in the same circumstances. She was all like, I just gotta go to sleep, and I'm like, I am not gonna close my eye one time until there is a room with beds and a lock on the door and housekeeping.
Oh.
All right, that's a good answer.
Gracias.
What's the third one? This, that, and the third. Her favorite saying, guys, this, that, and the third.
Tease. What have we learned about ourselves we didn't know? That we didn't know prior.
You go. So I can think about it.
Ooh, I think I gotta think. You gotta think.
Think about it.
Oh gosh, sorry, y'all.
That's a hard question, huh?
It is.
I think I know.
Okay, well, you go.
What was the question again?
What is something that you've learned about yourself that you didn't know?
Oh.
Prior to being, while here.
I didn't know about me. Perhaps, I think I talked to you about this the other day, that even though it's hard to have hard conversations with you, that they're doable. Like, I feel I'm at a handicap, but it's still doable. Like, I can execute them. It just takes me more work. Like, I didn't see that aspect of who I was until I got here, but that's one thing I learned, that you can still live half of your life, and whatever other half you have left, like, it's possible to learn that part of communicating relationally and be like, this is what I need. Like, just even that, I need this from you, is not anything familiar to Latino culture, because you just don't walk around talking about, well, this is what I need from you. We don't even articulate that to our parents, other than when we're infants needing a diaper change or food. But like, to walk around or wake up one day and have your needs change from one day to the next, and this is what I need from you today, this is what I don't like, or whatever the conversation may be. That's what I learned about myself.
Oh, was that it?
Period. Man, you said keep it short, girl. I'm giving you the
in period blank bucks.
This, that, and the third.
Bugs buddy. Man, I mean, okay, one thing that did come to mind for me was that what you brought up the other day.
What, that there's a lot of people in this room with us?
Yeah, there's a lot of people. I don't know, this makes this sound crazy.
No, that there's a lot of...
There's a lot, like, that...
Is it that?
Well, yeah. I guess I'll
there's a lot of... it could get crowded in here when you have two people...
coming from different walk. Well, is it
different walks, different experiences, and I'm just not dealing with Korbyn singular. I'm dealing with all her past friendships,
right,
and relationships and experiences. So if I say something, it may trigger her, and she'll be like, and then she'll share whatever, and the same goes with you. Like,
yeah,
you're dealing with
Joann.
The last 6 years of the season I just graduated from. That was like by far the most solidifying year that I've ever lived. So like you don't just wake up every morning and get Joann. You get successful relationships, failed relationships, complicated, the nuances that I prefer, the nuances that I do not. So like some days, or I told you yesterday, it's getting crowded in here, and to talk it out so that I could only, I don't think that that's a fair assessment to be like, oh, you know what, I just want to deal with you in this conversation. I don't want all your baggage. But then that's not nice, because like sometimes your baggage is a part of you until you unpack it and have that safe environment to unpack it with, have that safe person to unpack it with. And sometimes when we relate to each other, it does get crowded in here. And to be like, okay, well, I told you this, but you heard it as this because of your experience in 2 years ago. So what I told her was, when I'm speaking to you about that particular subject, I want you to hear it through Joann's voice, or my point, or whatever I'm trying to tell you, not through the filters of a particular experience. And I don't know if that was fair, but it was a great conversation, because I think to consider the fact that when you're thrown into this particular circumstance or setting or journey, environment, partnership, like for real talk, I'm just not getting Korbyn and she's just not getting Joann. We like two worlds are trying to come together, make a life, and we lack sustainability, so everything's complicated and stressful, and that's a whole separate issue. But to come together and be like, it's not 50-50, because some days it's a 80-20, some days it's a 70-30, some days it's a 99-1. And when you're not getting enough sleep or rest or balance, like those 99-1 days happen more often. And what we found this week is they're less. You get less of the 99 days and more of the like 60-40, and maybe a 70-30. But we flow better with rest and proper meals. And but like, back to my point, I say that all because that's what I learned. Like, when I'm dealing with you, I'm really not dealing with you. I'm dealing like with your past friendship, and maybe how you related to them or them to you. So like, when I say it's getting crowded, it does get crowded. Oh, I almost said a bad word. It does get crowded, but we stick it out. And you guys, I got the note. I officially got the note that says wrap it up. Because I think I just took over your whole question.
You did.
Did I?
You did.
Another thing that we're working on, Joann. What was your answer?
I mean, you pretty much articulated what I was trying to say. I mean, that's what I was trying to say, but you just said it for me, which is fine. So you can. So that was.
You can have my next answer. You can knock that out of the park.
No. I mean, that was pretty much what
it gets crowded in here.
Yeah, the crowdedness. It's so crazy.
But do we make way for grace during those times?
Yeah, we're learning. But
that's hard.
Yeah. So that was
how many minutes?
Almost 19.
Okay, cut it.
Well, we gotta wrap this ish up, y'all. Till next time. We love y'all. Like, subscribe, and comment and share all the this, that, and the third.
Be back in 2 and 2.
Bye.